Hey y'all, so I am sitting outside on my balcony and here's my view. When we initially got this apartment, I was like, why do we gotta be on the bottom floor tucked in the back? But honestly speaking, I it it was a blessing because although we have our neighbors that walk their dogs that come back here, like that's the most we'll ever have to deal with people because there are people who their apartments is in the front, so their balcony is in the front. Like this is just so private and so quiet. And as you guys, I don't know if you guys can hear, but you only can hear nature. And so, excuse me, I recently did a tarot reading with a good girlfriend of mine, my spiritual sister, my cuz. And one of the messages that I got was to sit in nature. And I also watched a lot of collective readings, and like that was the message that I kept getting from a lot of those readings to like sit in nature. And so when I like got like a personal reading and that was the message, I was like, come on girl, you gotta go do it. Personally, I love nature. Like, I love nature more than interacting with people, to be quite honest. And I said, like, I always wanted a balcony, and now I have a balcony. And I'm like, girl, like, you manifested this. Like, go sit your ass outside and just gather yourself. Um, it's much easier for me to do it in the morning because I'm more of a morning person anyway. But when I get home, and plus Bakari is sleeping, like my house is quiet. But when I get home, it's homework. It's just a lot more. The day has happened, and it's just so much. And so it's like I have to like figure out time. So I'm like, okay, when Bakari's taking his bath, I'm gonna start coming out here and just sitting out here. There's like a mindfulness app on the Apple Watch, and I think the most you can do is like 5 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'll start with the 5 minutes until I work myself up into being able to sit out here for much longer, because it is hard to sit with stuff. Somebody like me, I am highly sensitive to other people's energy, and so like usually like I'm feeling stuff and I've been like, I know this shit cannot be mine, but I also know that I'm a person who, because I'm a highly sensitive person, like I hold on to shit. Like my feelings get hurt very easily. I'm working on being kind and not nice. I think that I was conditioned to be nice to people, and for a very long time, for over 3 decades, I just allow people to talk to me like any kind of way, even though on the inside, like it was something in me screaming, like, let them know that they got you fucked up. As a kid, I was like that. Like I was very vocal and like a truth seer. Like I seen a lot of shit as being a kid like that. It was really challenging and frustrating for my parents because, excuse me, I would just say, you know how kids are, we just say whatever, like you say whatever the truth is, and that bothered them. And so eventually I was silenced. Whenever I would try to speak up for myself, like it was dismissed. And so I became this adult who just allowed people to think that they could talk to me and say whatever. And I have been working through that and speaking up for myself and calling people on their shit. And so today I had to have a conversation with a coworker about their professionalism. They asked to borrow our vehicle, and it was how they went about it. So normally I would like, I would just like I would keep going over, I would keep talking about it over and 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 not really doing much about it. But I was like, no, we not. I can't. Like, when you get tired of something, like, you know. And so I pulled my coworker to the side and I tried to have a conversation with her about the way she went about the situation. And what I realized, because I'm in nature, y'all, hold on. It is a gate kind of, okay, so those are birds. So when I'm trying to have the conversation with my coworker, like, I realized that, but I knew this before this conversation. You ever have a conversation with somebody who is a manipulator and they like to try to talk circles around you? That was done to me a lot growing up. And even though I had that gift of discernment, I began like I was programmed to like just accept it. Like I knew that that's what they were doing, but I would just be like not say anything. So when I was talking to her today, that's what she did. And I felt my inner child getting so angry because my son's father used to do the same thing to me. And I think I was more frustrated and upset at how so many people are so comfortable with just playing in your face and thinking that they could just talk circles around you and be manipulative. Like, I was very upset. Like, and I kept trying to, like, not get too, like, worked up, because somebody like me, who I consider myself to be a gentle giant, I feel like I try to, like, be mindful of my temper, especially at work. But as a black woman, as someone who just had to put up with a lot of people's shit, like, it was like she was about to feel the wrath of what every person has done to me. And after the conversation was over, I felt like nothing really was accomplished, because again, she was playing in my face. Yeah, I'm sorry, because I'm still processing it. Like I said, I've been sitting outside for the last few minutes, like trying to gather myself. Like, my wife even came outside because I was out here, like, sweeping the leaves. She was like, "Are you okay? Did the energy pass?" And I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm still sitting with that shit, because I think for me, no, not I think, I know that growing up, a lot of shit, a lot of my feelings was dismissed. Whenever I would try to speak up for myself, right? I remember having to, like, be responsible for my little brother, and my little brother was very disrespectful. He was very angry with women. He was very angry with my dad, and my dad had no respect for women. So my little brother was the same way, and I had to be responsible for him. And so a lot of times I would try to check my brother, and my mom would check me in front of him for checking him for the way that he treated me. And so when I was having that conversation with her, and let me say this, the environment that I work in, certain people could do whatever they want, and she's one of those people that could do whatever she want. And so when I was talking to her, with her being manipulative and then her arrogance about the situation, because she can basically do whatever she wants. My inner child felt like that little girl with her brother, who literally just disrespected her, and her mom was like, "But you better not hit him." That's how I felt talking to her. And I had to remind myself that that's not what was happening. But I was fucking pissed. I was pissed, because I'm like, it felt like I didn't matter in that moment. Like, it felt like, fuck my position. Like, I'm a whole supervisor. This is not even the department that you work in. And, like, you really think you about to come over here with that aggressive energy that I could do whatever I want? Like, no, take that over there. But the fact that she was so comfortable, because that's what's allowed, like, that shit was triggering so much in me, because I'm like, where's the fucking respect? Like, I'm starting to, like, really grasp the fact that a lot of people just, they have no regard for other people. Like, they really genuinely don't. They really genuinely don't. And I felt that in having that conversation with her. And instead of me constantly playing that shit, like, don't get me wrong, I'm still playing it over and over in my head. I had to come to the conclusion, like, you know how to deal with it. You know how to deal with it next time. You know how to deal with her next time. That was a takeaway from it. Like, even though I felt like, I just said, like, nothing was accomplished, like, yes, it was. Because, again, I know how to deal with her, and I know how to deal with that situation moving forward. But I just wanted to, like, ventilate and just process that, because I came and sat outside to, like, gather myself, and I was just like, feelings, like, what's going on with us today? Little girl, Poopanella, what's happening? And Poopanella felt like, again, she wasn't being heard. And, you know, I heard Poopanella out, and I was like, you know what, Poopanella, I got your back. I got your back, and the grown woman is here, and the grown woman knows how to deal with bullies. The grown woman knows how to deal with manipulators. And the next time this happened, Poopanella, the grown woman got you. So I say all that to say, what's my point? That, you know, sometimes you may feel like somebody got over on you in that moment, But let him have it. Let him have it. Take a second to like really process what transpired between you two and let that shit go. But just, all right, this how I'm gonna deal with this motherfucker moving forward. Because they already showed you, like, this is how they coming. So if you gotta interact with that person again, like, let that shit go. But if you gotta interact with that person again, just, all right, now I know how to deal with you. 555 as I'm saying it. Just, now I know how to deal with you. Because normally I would have kept on processing that shit over and over and over. And like, now that I done said it to y'all, now that I done like let it out, I'm like, okay, I got you. Poopinella, baby girl, InnerChild, I got you. We know how to, because we grown ups. That's how little kids deal with stuff. Little kids that's used to getting whatever they want. Little kids that's used to being bullied and not being held accountable. That's how they deal with stuff. Poopinella, we got this. I got you. I got you. I know how to deal with it moving forward. Yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to say that I'm sitting out here sipping my kava, no kava tea. Trying to drink tea. Trying to come home and drink tea instead of drinking wine. Trying to cut back on all of that. Like, I just want to clean and drink my herbs and sit in nature and enjoy all this beautiful scenery that I have in this quietness. But yeah, I'm starting to, yeah, when you start to come into yourself, it's different. But just take that moment to like just sit with all those feelings. Like whatever you feeling, it may be frustrating. You might even be so mad that you cry. Let that shit out. Let it out and then go, okay, how am I gonna deal with it moving forward?